Hello, and welcome to another edition of Ask the Chiropractor. A lot of times people have questions about chiropractic and don't know where to find answers. And a lot of times when you see local media or local TV coverage, they'll tell you before you go to a chiropractor, check with your family doctor first. And the reason I started this whole podcast is because I'm here to tell you that your local family doctor doesn't really understand chiropractic, never studied chiropractic, doesn't know much about it. So you don't want to ask them whether or not you should go to a chiropractor. You want to ask a chiropractor whether or not you should go to a chiropractor. So we started this podcast. When you have questions about chiropractic, you can reach out to a chiropractor. And so I'm Dr. Brad Hulsebus. I'm a chiropractor here at Rockford, Illinois. I'm a graduate of Palmer College of Chiropractic. And I also serve as the team chiropractor for the Rockford Ice Hawks. And I am the Illinois Regional Assemblyman of the International Chiropractic Association. So I'm coming at you today to answer a question. Now, probably the number one question we get asked has nothing to do with healthcare, nothing to do with can you do this or can you do that? The number one question we get asked, bar none, before any other question we get asked, is really simple. Do you take my insurance? Everybody wants to know, can we use my insurance? I have insurance. I pay for this insurance. I'd love to use it in your office. So the answer to this question is going to be different from chiropractor to chiropractor. Some chiropractors don't take any insurance at all. They only have a cash practice and they do not accept Medicare patients. That's how some people choose to practice. However, that's not how we practice. Here we practice where we take insurance. We work with most of the insurance companies and we run your benefits for you. We do work with Medicare. We've been a Medicare clinic since day one. A little history on Medicare. Back in my grandfather was one of the chiropractors that fought heavily to make sure that there was chiropractic benefits. So that way when you went to the chiropractor, you could use your Medicare to make sure that Medicare was there for chiropractic. In the year 2000, my father went to Washington, D.C. and testified in front of Congress defending the patient's right to access chiropractic care using Medicare. And so he was able to solidify it on a capital congressional hearing in front of Congress to make sure that your Medicare would cover your chiropractic benefits. And I have served as a Medicare chairman of the International Chiropractic Association. So we know our Medicare laws inside and out fairly well, better than the average chiropractor. And yes, you can definitely use your Medicare here. There are some rules and this and that we'll talk about when you come in, but we can definitely use your Medicare benefits here. We can assure you that. Now, the other thing is, what about like other insurance companies? What about like if I have Blue Cross Blue Shield here in Illinois, Humana, Aetna, or Mercy Care, stuff like that? What about those insurance companies? Well, those I can't give you a blanketed answer for all the insurance companies. I can just kind of tell you that we are very good at calling and finding out the best we can your policy. I stress the your policy because at the end of the day, it's your policy, not our policy. So it's always good for you to call and ask your people too. You're the one paying. You usually get your care started under your insurance. Now, as far as where your insurance plan lasts the whole time of the care, that becomes a different question because a lot of times it runs out because the best of my knowledge is that your insurance company has the best chiropractors in the world working for them because they're able to get rid of problems that no other regular chiropractor could get rid of that quickly. Of course, I'm being a joke. I'm being a smart aleck here because a lot of times somebody comes in with acute sciatica where they're hunched over, they're in agonizing pain, their leg is killing them with pain and aches. They can barely move, bend, or twist, and their insurance company says you can see them 4 times. Now, we've been around since 1949, and there's been very few cases someone comes in with that much pain they're able to get better in 4 visits. I often tease that the colleges should hire these chiropractors to teach because maybe we're all missing something. But no, we do have insurance, and your insurance allows you to do so much. So when you come to my office, and again, I can't talk about the guy in the corner's office. I can only talk about my office. When you come to my office, what we'll do is we'll call your insurance, we'll figure out what you need. The doctor will come up with a care plan, tell you what is the best estimate of care that they believe you're going to need. And then we'll figure out what the insurance covers and we figure out what the insurance doesn't cover. We sit down with you, have a one-on-one and go over it all with you. Then you know your choices and your options of what you want to do. So that's how we operate here. Now, there are some insurance companies we don't work with, and that's because there's just so much paperwork and so many hoops they make you jump through. And at the end of the day, they don't cover anything. So we're not in those networks. Otherwise, maybe their fees are just so outrageous. It's above and beyond what we charge. One time we had a insurance company had a copay of $85. Well, we don't charge $85 for a visit. So why would we join an insurance company with an $85 copay? It's ridiculous. Plus, they want all the records and all the information. There's just no reason to be a part of a network like that. So we're in the insurance networks when the insurance networks make sense for us and for you. If you have a question about it, again, the best thing to do is call our office, give us your insurance information. We'll call, we'll ask the questions we want to call and ask, and then we'll ask you to call too and verify it also. Because sometimes you call three different people, you get three different answers. So we do our best to figure it out. The good news is usually somebody else is already coming in here with a plan like you have, and we can cross check it. Now, the other unfortunate thing today in today's world, like you can't call anybody at Blue Cross Blue Shield. There's no way to answer the telephone. It's all automated, computerized. It's good and bad because it gets rid of some of the human error, but it also gets rid of the human part where you can actually talk to somebody and converse. So we do the best we can. So does chiropractic care cover insurance? Well, in my office, we can get it so it covers most of your care. We can work with the insurance companies to figure it out. We let you know ahead of time so there's no surprises. As far as Medicare covers chiropractic care very well, with a couple of little hoops you have to jump through, but we'll explain those hoops to you before we start care, so there's no surprises or shocks and stuff like that. So you can definitely come to the chiropractor. You can definitely come to this chiropractic care and coverage and use your insurance coverage. Now, if you don't have insurance, that's okay. We have a lot of patients without insurance, and so because we don't cost like 300, we don't charge $100 for a box of Kleenex, right? Like you go to the hospital and you have a Kleenex, it may cost you $100. That's not how we do things at a chiropractic clinic. So come on in and talk to us. We'll sit down with you. We'll figure out what's reasonable. We've been doing this since 1949. The reason we've been doing this since 1949 is because we always put our patients first. We will figure things out. There's a solution to every problem. We'll sit down with you. We'll come up with realistic ways to make it happen. So I hope I answered your question. So if I did, great. I hope to meet you. Hope you come on in and see us. Again, every insurance plan is different, so it's hard for me to say this is what Blue Cross does, this is what Aetna does, this is what Humana does. It's hard for me to do that because they're all very, very different plans. So give us a call. Come on in and see us. Sit down with us. We'll go over it with you. Call ahead of time. Give us your insurance information. I mean, if you really have questions about what your insurance covers or doesn't cover, it's a lot easier if you have your insurance information before you come in. That way we have time to run it and check it and see what we know about it. When you come in with it, you have to be patient with us because we're calling the same numbers you're calling. We're going to the same websites you're calling. So I hope that answers your questions. Excuse me. If anything else, you can just go ahead and call us, email us, leave a comment below. Maybe next time you'll be the topic of Ask the Chiropractor. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.